Good morning, Bill. The suicide brings on many changes, and I can take or leave it if I please. Good morning, Herbie. Good morning, Nerd Nature. How you doing, my friend? Good morning. There we go. There we go. Bing, bing, ding, 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 ding. Bing, ding, 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 ding. Bing, ding, ding, ding. Binky doo. How's everybody doing? Still waiting for people to show up. I'm just kind of dinking around. Morning, Mark. Morning, Laura. I don't know why I have the MASH song in my head. It was a Jeopardy question last night. Morning, Catzilla. Morning, Classic. Oh, I get it. Classic Blaster Art, because it's Morning Exception. I'm kidding, class. I got it. But yeah, it was like a MASH, it was a Jeopardy question last night. It was TV theme songs, and it goes, this song, this show has been using the song titled Suicide is Painless, and I'm like, oh, that's MASH. That's, some things you just kind of like, you don't even know you know until you know them, right? So, brings on many changes, and I stand resolved that I'm going to practice singing a little bit more. Last year, I had kind of a quiet year. All of us, we had kind of like a low key, like, not really. We didn't really sing much last year. So this year, I stand resolved that we're going to sing maybe a little bit more. I don't know. Anybody else have resolutions? Today, we're going to start the show off. We're just going to get resolutions out. Okay? We're going to get resolutions out there. I stand resolved that we're going to sing a little bit more. I stand resolved that we're going to learn how to do the Herbie. Alright, we know how to do the Laura. We know how to do the Kim. We're going to learn how to do the Herbie. Exception says, I hope everyone's having a great year. Hope you're having a great year as well. Someone said, Mark says, get 2 pounds out of a 4x4 tent. Like, in one grow? That's like maybe, 3 layers in that tent, maybe? I don't know. What are you growing? Like, greens? Or you growing broccoli? Are you growing 2 pounds of broccoli out of a 4x4 tent? Well, you could do that. That's not a big deal. 2 pounds? 4x4? Ooh. Ugh. One plant or like the whole year? What are you trying to do? Because if you're doing one plant, 2 pounds and a 4x4? That's gotta be a hell of a plant. Or unless you're doing like, no, you're probably rocking just one plant, right? You got 4 in there, Mr. Phillip? You got 4 in a 4? A half pound to eat? Me? 4? What the? You can do it. What? Yeah, obviously it's wet weight too hard. So you can't get 2 pounds of dry. Those would be holy bonkers. Yeah, wet weight would be 2 pounds. Are you like 2 pounds like as like for all the plants and then like you process the whole thing? Or are you talking about 2 pounds of cola? What are you trying to get? Like, holy bonkers. That's going to be a lot of, are you doing, like, string to hold up your, to hold the branches up? Or are you doing netting? What are you doing? You're trying to get 2 pounds dry out of a 4x4? Whoa, wow. That's got to be at least a couple grows. Sorry, I don't mean to, like, talk out of nowhere to start the show, but someone got me, like, you're using a net. Cool, that's dope. All right. Some people use net. Some people use like guide wire, like hanging wires and stuff like that. Net's good. I like nets. A little sea of green action. So you guys are kicking me back into my Colorado time there. Sorry about that. Let's get back into the show. Good morning, everybody. Wow. All right. I don't even grow. I grew like. I got really into like life in Colorado because I grew a straw banana. Two hawks, right? Anyways, we're all just gonna turn this into like a 4x4 tent show. That's what. No, well, good luck. That's a hell of a resolution. 2 pounds out of a 4x4. You can probably do it. You can probably do it. Sounds like you probably know what you're up to. Clean, you probably show up. If he shows up, he could probably be like, yeah, you could probably get 4 pounds out of a 4x4. What the hell do I know? I don't know. Things have gotten a lot different. Listen to me acting like I'm an old man. I'm not even an old man. The beard, the white, whatever. Good morning and Happy New Year, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to HB. Good morning, HB. Good morning, Sam. Right? Whatever. I get it. Too Hot says it's looking like a bunch of genetics. I am a shroom. I'm blooming. I'm the bloom of a shroom. Good morning, CCS. Good morning, friends. How's everybody doing? Did we make it? Are we here? What a crummy way to start the year yesterday, huh? You wake up in the morning, and it's like, oh man, chaos and disaster. So I'm glad that we have, like, today. Maybe we can start our year again today with a little bit of happiness. It's the end of the world as we know it. No, it's not. And I feel fine. No, we're not. What a crummy way. You can see on the news, like everybody on the news, just like you can see in their faces, like, I'm supposed to be covering parades. I'm supposed to be covering snowfall. Not any of this crap. You know, like you can just I watch Hallie Jackson on a lot because she's great, and you can just see on her face, she's like, I'm supposed to be at the New York parade right now. Like, I know you are. This sucks. So I'm glad we're all here today. Drinking bad energy drinks and just feeding off each other. Having fun. Just not really caring much. I mean, care, obviously, but don't. You know? Good morning, Neffer. Yeah, it's a C4, Brock. 2 Ox. See how you used my name. Morning, Cleany. Morning, King Metro. I used my name. Yeah, it's a C4. I probably shouldn't drink anymore. I probably should have a resolution that I shouldn't drink any more of those. I probably should make that as a resolution. CCS says shotgun it. No. No, if I'm gonna shotgun one, I'll shotgun the 300 milligram one, and then we'll just have a show going for the next 4 hours. I stand resolved that I'll probably drink more C4, actually. I can't say that I'm not going to. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Mary. Good morning, 5280. We're just having a good day today. Just having a good day. Pops has a toothache today. That's why I'm here. He texted me this morning. Dude, my tooth, it's falling out. You got me? I'm like, I got you, guy. Don't worry. Let's go. Let's do this. So if you feel like it, drop a dental referral his way. Tooth's been falling out for the last half year. Vegas Mandy says I drink 3 monsters a day. Vegas, I don't know if you know about my Vegas, or I've got a lot of Vegas stories. Not a lot. I've got a few. Okay. I don't know if you know about my Rockstar history. I'm not allowed to drink Rockstars the way that I used to. I'll drink one, everyone. Actually, let me rephrase that. I don't like Rockstars anymore. I used to. Monsters is where I'm at. For whatever, it's just something in my brain just like they taste like Smarties or something. I don't know. It's just something in my brain just shut down. I don't know. I think they actually kind of started affecting my body a little differently than like a regular Monster or a Red Bull would or whatever. And so it's like, oh God, do I deal with the effect or, like I'm out. So then I switched to Monster, and then Monster started, and I'm out. So now, I'm at C4. C4, worse. Better, though. It tastes better. The grapes are amazing. The strawberry Starburst tastes like strawberry Starburst. The pink one, it tastes like pink. I didn't know pink had a flavor. Okay? It tastes like pink. The pink Starburst C4. I didn't know. I was like, okay, this is gonna be really, it's gonna be all sweet and all medicine-y. And I drink, and I took the first drink of it, and I'm like, where's the wrapper at? Did I put the wrapper? So I gotta make sure to throw my trash away, because I just, I just unwrapped a Starburst and I put it in my mouth. Like, where's the wrapper at? Like not realizing I'm holding the can. It's me holding a can. Here, I'll show you. It's me holding a can. Okay. C4 tastes great. I had a bad reaction from Vegas Mandy said. I think we all tend to. Energy drinks tend to do that. I think a lot of these things aren't meant to be drank, dribbled, consumed. There we go. I think a lot of these things aren't meant to be consumed just sitting on the couch. I think you're actually supposed to go work out. I don't know. I think you're supposed to go wrestle. That's why I see a lot of the commercials for this stuff. It's got to be healthy if you can call it stuff. It's during wrestling. I love wrestling. I've been watching wrestling non-stop for the last 6 months. I've made it all the way through. I've made it through all the WrestleManias. I made it through all the King of the Rings. I've made it through all of the Royal Rumbles, and now I'm making it all the way through Survivor Series. I made it through Bash at the Beach, all the WCW ones, because I love Brain, Bobby the Brain. Tony Schiavone, when he's not being like a total schmuck, was a pretty good commentator as well. And Mean Gene Okerlund, who doesn't love a little bit of Mean Gene Okerlund in their life, right? Let's see. I made it through. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Danny. I made it through War, the War one with the 3 rings. Wrestling in the 90s was nuts. Like, they were trying a lot of crazy things. Wrestling in the 2000s was nuts, too, with the Elimination Chamber. But that's really, it's kind of silly. Like, it just kind of like, I don't know, it's just silly to me. Good morning to, Four Leaf. I didn't know if, I don't know if I said good morning to Four Leaf there. Good morning to Four Leaf. Back to resolutions. I stand resolved that we're going to stay on topic. Back to resolutions. Anybody have any resolutions that they want to share? That's what today's show is all about. Resolve. We'll get back to the book. I stand resolved that we're going to, I stand resolved, yay, that we're going to finish the book. We're going to finish what we start. That's a continuing resolution. We're going to finish what we start. HB says, I'm going to practice the 4 agreements daily. I haven't actually ever mentioned the 4 agreements, but I think that's probably a good idea. Morning, Pacers. I take myself seriously, obviously. I take you guys seriously as well, obviously. So, 4 agreements, I'm out. I can't do it. No way. I refuse to not take myself seriously. If I have to wear the Bucky outfit, I'll do it. Good morning. Morning, Sharon. Where is Derek Anderson? Herbie. He's probably putting one on. Still. That party animal. I know that guy. That guy told me he's got some stuff going on today. No, he didn't. No. Derek, poor guy. Who knows? Hopefully he's with his, family. Being a good person. Not the rest of us. The rest of us are on here jacking around, poking at each other, being monkeys, throwing stuff. Ooh, ah. You know what I'm saying? Not Derek. He doesn't want to be a part of the zoo. He's starting his year off right. Not us. Thank God. Right? We don't need the goody-goodies around here. Get out of here, you goody-goody. No. Nothing but degenerates and bad influences today. That's all I'm saying. I stand resolved to stay a bad influence. That's what if you read a philosophy book and it's my fault, good. If you tell a pun joke and it's my fault, gotcha. If you sing a U2 song and you don't want to, my fault. I'm sorry. My bad. I did that. Ha ha ha. It's working. But I still haven't found what I'm looking for. And I still haven't found what I'm looking for. Bad influence all the way. My dad, the funniest thing ever when I was a kid, my dad, and this is the birth of everything music-wise, Pops sang a U2 song, With or Without You, but he said, I can grill myself a steak, I can grill myself a steak, I can grill myself a steak with a hibachi, oh. I can grill myself a steak with a hibachi, oh. Right? That, I was like, what are you singing? That's not the song. And he's like, yeah, I know, it's beautiful. No, that's not the song. That's hilarious. With a hibachi? Like, I knew what a hibachi, like, I'm like a 12-year-old kid, you know, just like, what the hell is that you too? Yeah. With the hip, that's great. I loved it. I don't know the rest of the song. There's not any more of the song. It's the only bit in my head that I remember from the thing that he sang in a car that he was driving. I remember, like, there were, like, apartment buildings off in the distance. Like, I kind of remember, like, a little bit of, like, scenery that was around. Southern California, just driving around. I don't know where we were going or whatever. But I can grill myself a steak with a hibachi. With a hibachi, oh. I stand resolved that I'm going to remember things. No, I'm not. I'm going to forget things. I'm going to forget birthdays, anniversaries. I remember, like, when you had to remember phone numbers? And I know we probably had this discussion, you know, we all talk. How many phone numbers do you know? None. I bet. Oh, don't give me 3. Don't tell me you know 3 numbers. No, you don't. You know your social security number, don't you? You know your birthday. You know your address. These are all like series of like digits, but you don't know any more numbers, do you? Why? Because you never had to. I barely know my number. I have to look up and try and remember, you know? Got about a few grams. Exception says she has to look it up. Is that what I'm seeing? TL number? I kind of remember, like maybe a password or two. I can't even remember, like, my own passwords, you know? 5280 says, I remember some old numbers. I don't even, I can recognize, do you maybe recognize numbers? Because I'll look at my phone, and you know, like, when you get, like, a new phone, or when you have to do, like, a new ID or whatever, and new contacts come in, and so they, like, get refreshed, and you don't know how to, like, pull contacts from the old phone to the new phone, so you got new numbers coming at you. It's like, what's this number texting me? Like, I don't remember what that number is, you know? Like, what the hell? And so you block them, right? And then you get a message on Facebook, or, hey, I've been trying to talk to you. Hey, I've been sending you text. And you're like, what? No, you haven't. You're like, yeah, dude. And I'm like, I don't remember what your number was. You know, I thought Tennessee. Nobody from Tennessee, like whatever, some rando, like from Bahamas number, you're like, that's block, because you're not supposed to respond to like rando numbers. But then you get a new phone, you don't have your contacts coming over to you. Now you got rando numbers coming at you, like, hey, you got a new phone? Who's this? How do you know? Humans are crazy. We are a weird little animal, aren't we? Creating these weird little systems of things that we do or don't do. Remembering numbers or what. Like, do we, and yet we all have, like, a global experience of, like, remembering numbers. As useful as it may or may not be. Humans are crazy. We all share in this experience. It says, I used to have a little paper with numbers in your pocket. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Let's take a little dibble dabble. I stand resolved we're going to dibble dabble more. I stand resolved that after this show, I'm going to stop saying I stand resolved. I stand resolved, then maybe I'll say I stand resolved a little bit more anyways. Nothing came out. If you're wondering where the baby bomber is, here's the thing about the baby bomber, and it's the baby bomber. I can only smoke green out of that, and quiet. All right, we got plenty. Okay. I can only smoke because if I try and a dab out of that, the dab coagulates into the water, and then the water like coagulates on top, and then bubbles up, and then I'm dabbing bubbles, and I either that or I clean the thing every hit, and nah, I'd say ugh. Dick says, what do dabs actually do for you? What do they do for you? It's a good question. Wow. Is that rhetorical? Like, or are you like, is that kind of like, who knows? Do they add a weight to your existence? Do they give you like a little anchor of things? What do dabs do to you? The law says don't use water for the dab. Anyhow, what I will show you is the stuff that Deb got me. We'll get to the book in a minute here. I love you guys. None of you have ever actually like posted resolutions, so that's this is strawberries and berries and cream. Berries and cream. That's from Devil Pearl. I stand resolved. That's gonna taste good every time I take a hit. Okay, guys, let's just get back to it. Take another drinky drink. Let's just get to the book. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Unless we got resolutions. I haven't seen any resolutions yet. Ducks says, I already cough like a duck. What is that? Nerd Nacer says, put C4 in the dab rig. The thing about that is that it's no, because then like I put juice in there and I've dabbed out of juice, and that's all right. But you got to realize that like you're still eventually you're risking any of the smoke that comes up through the liquid. You're risking that particles of that liquid aren't also going to come up with that smoke and enter into your lungs. Is what you're risking. So if you want to breathe milk, then eventually you'll breathe milk if you smoke through milk. If you want to breathe C4, you can put C4 in your bong and smoke through C4, and eventually little particles of C4 will come out up with the smoke into your lungs, and now you'll have C4 in your lungs. So that's kind of why I hesitate to smoke out of any other liquids other than just like water, because vapor, mist vapor, you can have that in your lungs, you breathe that out, it's fine, that's why you cough. But like putting juice vapor in your lungs, or putting C4 vapor in your lungs, I don't know. That's kind of why, I don't know, I kind of like respecting the innards of my body, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more. A little bit more than that. I'm not saying that, like, drinking it's any healthier, you know, but I probably shouldn't breathe the C4. Alright, I probably shouldn't breathe my juice, is all I'm saying. It's easier to clean with water. Water's a bit more of a universal agent. It'll take over a lot more, you know. If you try and clean with juice, you're just going to leave a sheen of juice. Nerd Nature says, you know it's good if it burns. I mean, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Having, you know, my experiments of smoking through different liquids, like, you know what? I bet that one's gonna stick around for a while. You know? Yeah. You know, it's good if it burns. Yeah, sure. Woo! That's funny. Okay, guys. Alright, done with my little sermon there. Done with my little sermon. You guys got me on a... pretending like I had some kind of, like, scruples. What the hell? Scruples. Oh, we got a new guy here? Cody boy? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's see. We are near the end. I know we are. We are near the end. I don't want to count down or how many are left or whatever. We are near the end of this wonderful book, the philosophy book, Big Ideas, Simply Explained. Started reading this book before the beginning of last year, and let's see. Where did we stop? The principles of justice are chosen behind a veil of ignorance. Hold on. Where did we stop? How would we manage without a culture? Normal science does not aim at novelty. Language is a skin. I don't think we did Mary. In her book, Beast and Man, the British philosopher Impact in Natural Science, Have an Understanding of Human Nature. We're going to have a good, long lot to go through today. We have a lot to go through. Yeah, John Rawls. Hell yeah. Anything goes, and we'll end with anything goes. Or no, we'll end with knowledge is produced to be sold. Okay, let's do it. We got a lot to go through. We got a lot to go through. Okay, we've been ducking and dodging the book for too long now, and I don't want to duck and dodge knowledge just for the sake of who knows. It's going to be a good year. I stand resolved that I'm going to say no more often. KNOW. I know. And what I mean by that is I'm going to research. I'm going to learn. Hey, do you know anything about this? No. KNOW. Yeah, I know. I'm going to say no more this year. That's what I stand for. I'm going to learn more this year. Learn. Starting off with, how would we manage without a culture? Mary Midgley. In her book, Beast and Man, published in 1978, the British philosopher Mary Midgley assesses the impact the natural sciences have on our understanding of human nature. It is often claimed that the findings of the sciences, particularly those of paleontology and evolutionary biology, undermine our views of what it is to be human. Midgley wants to address these fears, and she does so by stressing both the things that set us apart from other animals and the things that we share with the rest of the animal kingdom. One of the questions that she tackles is that of the relationship between nature and culture in human life. Her concern is to address the fact that many people see nature and culture as somehow opposed, as if culture is something non-natural that is added onto our animal nature. Midgley disagrees with the idea that culture is something of a wholly different order to nature. Instead, she wants to argue that culture is a natural phenomenon. In other words, we have evolved to be the kinds of creatures who have cultures. It could be said that we spin culture as naturally as spiders spin webs. If this is so, then we can no more do without culture than a spider can do without its web. Our need for culture is both innate and natural. In this way, Midgley hopes both to account for human uniqueness and also to put us in the larger context of our evolutionary past. Eventually, the cats are going to gang up in the gangs. Eventually, the ants are going to run their own circus. Eventually, the magpies are going to write their own Harlequin romances. Eventually, the fish are going to have little human fish bowls. Eventually, according to Mary Midgley. Okay, Mary. Normal science does not aim at novelties. I don't mean to dismiss her. I absolutely and truly believe that, here's a quote from her. We mistakenly cut ourselves off from other animals, trying not to believe that we have an animal nature. No, we're just a bunch of monkeys throwing stuff at each other. I truly believe that. I truly, madly, 100% believe we're just a bunch of monkeys throwing stuff at each other. Normal science does not aim at novelties of fact or theory. Thomas Kuhn. American physicist and historian of science Thomas Kuhn, K-U-H-N, Kuhn, is best known for his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolutions, published in 1962. The book is both an exploration of turning points in the history of science and an attempt to set out a theory of how revolutions in science take place. Revolutions, meaning, so you've got your quantum revolution, like the idea that like what we see in front of us isn't exactly what it takes to make it all up. Meaning like atoms. Like say that's a quantum revolution for us to go, what? Let's see, biology, evolutionary biology. That's a revolution. Let's see, gravity was a revolution. Electricity was a scientific revolution. So that's what we're talking about. Even radiation started, like it was all part of like, okay. Science, in Kuhn's view, alternates between periods of normal science and periods of crisis. Normal science is the routine process by which scientists working within a theoretical framework or paradigm accumulate results that do not call the theoretical underpinnings of their framework into question. Sometimes, of course, anomalous or unfamiliar results are encountered. But these are usually considered to be errors on the part of the scientists concerned. Cosmic radiation. We wouldn't have known what the cosmic microwave background radiation of the Big Bang. We wouldn't have known anything about that if a whole bunch of pigeons hadn't pooped in a satellite dish and a couple of radio scientists were like, what the hell is that weird sound coming into this radio dish, this satellite dish? And so they cleaned the dish out of all the bird poop, thinking it was a mistake, thinking, okay, let's just clean the bird poop sound out of the satellite dish. Boom, brand spanking new clean dish. Same sound. What the? Huh? They were hearing a brand new microwave background sound that nobody had ever heard before. They thought it was bird poop. Changed the way that we look at the universe. We now saw a footprint of the Big Bang. Right? Crazy bird poop. Over time, however, anomalous results can accumulate until a crisis point is reached. Remember, we're finally at this is back in the 40s and 50s. We got these huge radio dishes going on, radar and such. We had no idea what the hell we were actually listening for. Like, how do we even know that we're listening for cosmic radio background? What? Microwave? Big Bang? What? Until a crisis point is reached. Bird poop. Following the crisis, if a new theory has been formulated, there is a shift in the paradigm, and the new theoretical framework replaces the old. The structure of DNA was a revolution, and it came out of a dream. Possibly out of Watson or Crick or even Lady. I think she had a dream and like thought about it mathematically. I think there was I don't remember the name, but she came up with like the double helix structure. And then Watson and Crick, they probably like were laughing at each other in the lab. Maybe wanted like taking some kind of lysergic kind of thing, and like they were tripping nuts. And they were like, what if we twisted the ladder? And so, like, crisis points, all leading to scientific, we can explain DNA now. Eventually, this framework is taken for granted, and normal science resumes. Until further anomalies arise. What's the next thing we're going to learn? An example of such a shift was the shattering of the classical view of space and time following the confirmation of Einstein's theories of relativity. You can measure time? Let's learn about justice now. The principles of justice are chosen behind a veil of ignorance. John Rawls. Morning, Kim. In his book, A Theory of Justice, first published in 1971, political philosopher John Rawls argues for a re-evaluation of justice in terms of what he calls justice as fairness. Pardon me. His approach falls into the tradition known as social contract theory, which sees the rule of law as a form of contract that individuals enter into because it yields benefits that exceed what they can attain individually. I want, I need, you have, what's it going to take? Rawls's version of this theory involves a thought experiment in which people are made ignorant of their place in society, or placed in what he calls the original position, in which the social contract is made. From this, Rawls establishes principles of justice, on which he claims all rational beings should agree. So he started off, he's like, all right, we got the individual. He wants to be more than just he wants more. You got this other individual, they want more. Okay, so you got the original position of an individual wanting more in an environment of other individuals also wanting more. Okay, cool. The question is, how do they go about establishing the principles of justice? What rules do they lay down? If they are interested in a truly rational and impartial justice, then there are countless rules that have to be discounted immediately. For example, the rule, if your name is John, you must always eat last. Sorry, John. Is neither rational nor impartial, even if it may be to your advantage if your name is John. Maybe I'm trying to lose weight. Maybe I don't want to eat first. In such a position, says Rawls, what we need to do is cast a veil of ignorance over all the facts of our lives, such as who we are and where we were born, and then ask what kind of rules it would be best for us to live by. Rawls' point is that the only rules that could be rationally agreed upon by all parties are ones that genuinely honor impartiality and don't, for example, take race, class, creed, natural talent, or disability into account. In other words, if I don't know what my place in society will be, rational self-interest compels me to vote for a world in which everyone is treated fairly. I want to get ahead just as much as you do. I'm trying not to get in the way. It is important to note that for Rawls, this is not a story about how justice has actually arisen in the world. I'm not saying it's how it actually happened. Instead, he gives us a way of testing our theories of justice that we have now against an impartial benchmark. If they fail to measure up, his point is that it is our reason and not simply our charity that has failed. There are a lot of laws out there that we've had that we put on the books and then we put them into action and it turns out that's dumb. Oh, we gotta test them out sometimes. Rawls is saying, you don't really have to put them in the books to test them out, though, do you? You could have just thought about it a little bit. All right, John. That's why we have like silly like blue laws and stuff like that, or prohibition, was a law. And we put that in action. We saw how that worked. Not so bueno. Can't take no. Humans love getting drunk. Art is a form of life. It's from the book, the philosophy book, Big Ideas Simply Explained. We're charging towards the end. Thank you to Derek for this book. And Calico Kid. Richard Wollheim said, art is a form of life, isn't it? Don't we know that? The British philosopher of art, Richard Wollheim, Wollheim, Wollheim? I'll go Wollheim. The British philosopher of art, Richard Wollheim, believes that we should resist the tendency to see art as an abstract idea that needs to be analyzed and explained. Oh, don't you hate when you're in a gallery and someone's like, how big is that? Do you know the structure of? What kind of color scheme is? Is there a Matisse? Is that a Picasso? Who cares? It's art. Look at it. Is it pretty? Ooh. I don't care that you know a lot about art. Oh, it's pointillism. That's cubism. No, it's weird. I love it. If we are to fully understand art, he believes, we must always define it in relation to its social context. By describing art as a form of life, he uses a term coined by the Austrian-born philosopher Ludwig Wittgenstein. I think we probably talked about Wittgenstein early. To describe the nature of language. For Wittgenstein, language is a form of life. Because the way we use it is always a reflection of our individual experiences, habits, and skills. He is attempting to resist the tendency of philosophy to make simplistic generalizations about language, and instead is pointing to the many different roles language plays in our lives. Wollheim is making the same point as Wittgenstein, but in relation to works of art. Artists, he states, are conditioned by their context, their beliefs, their histories, emotional dispositions, physical needs, and communities. And the world that they interpret is a world of constant change. For Wollheim, one implication of this is that there can be no general artistic impulse or instinct for the creation of art that is totally independent of the institutions in which it operates. Maybe. So what that means for Wollheim is that if art is your life, if writing is the thing that you do, you will write. If painting is who you are a painter, you will paint. It's a part of who you are. If creating models is who you are, you will create models. It's a part of who you are. You're good at it. That's who you'll talk like. You'll talk like making... If, smoking weed is your life, you'll talk about smoking weed. It's a part of who you are. It's what you know. It's what you do. You're good at it and you're comfortable with it. And everybody's like, oh yeah, it's the guy that, Jackson Pollock. Like, he probably, spoke about different types of paint that he liked to throw around. It becomes part of his daily ritual of talking. So, art is a form of life. I like that. I believe that. Nietzsche, one of my favorite Nietzsche quotes is, poets are ruthless with their experiences. They'll manipulate it all. I don't think I got the last half of the quote right. But poets are ruthless with their experiences. They'll use everything. They'll put it all into their poems. You have to be. You have to be ruthless with your experience to make art from it. Anything goes. Paul Feyerabend. Anything goes. And we got one more after this. Born in Austria, Feyerabend became a student of Karl Popper at the London School of Economics. But he went on to depart significantly from Popper's rational model of science. During his time at the University of Cal in the 60s and 70s, 1960s and 70s, Feyerabend became friendly with the German-born philosopher Thomas Kuhn. Kuhn, let's go back to Kuhn. Kuhn said, what did he say? Let's go back. Normal science does not aim at novelties of fact or theory. Okay? So Paul Feyerabend, talking to Kuhn, he argued that scientific progress is not gradual, but always jumps in paradigm shifts or revolutions that lead to whole new frameworks for scientific thinking. Feyerabend goes even further, suggesting that when this occurs, all the scientific concepts and terms are altered. So there is no permanent framework of meaning. Feyerabend, his most famous book, Against Method, Outline of an Anarchist Theory of Knowledge, was first published in 1975. Here, he sets out his vision of what he calls epistemological anarchism. What the fuck? Epistemology is the branch of philosophy that deals with questions and theories about knowledge. And Feyerabend's anarchism is rooted in the ideas that all of the methodologies used in the sciences are limited in scope. As a result, there is no such thing as scientific method. If we look at how science has developed and progressed in practice, the only method that we can discern is that anything goes. Science, Feyerabend maintains, has never progressed according to strict rules. And if the philosophy of science demands such rules, it will limit scientific progress. What does this apply to today? How can we relate to that? Think of it like this. Remember the sheep Dolly? Back in the 90s when we were doing our genetic research and cloning and such? We didn't have rules, did we? We were starting to clone sheep, weren't we? And we were right on the edge of cloning humans, weren't we? And then we created rules. Now we can't clone humans. Thank gosh. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But now we got rules. It stands in the way of that crazy little genetic wild crap. Wow. That we were going and cloning it and such. Today, we've got CRISPR methods. If you really want to, you can alter your own DNA codes. You can create your own little gene sequences with CRISPR. Holy crap! And if you've watched any Netflix documentaries, you know that, like, there are some crazy biomed companies trying to, run their own. I think rules exist for a reason sometimes. But without rules, you'll end up cloning a human. Final one. Knowledge is produced to be sold. Thanks everyone for hanging out, charging on, learning. We're going to say no more. No, we're going to know more this year. We're going to say no. I stand resolved. Knowledge is produced to be sold. Jean-Francois Lyotard, Lyotard, Lyotard. The idea that knowledge is produced to be sold appears in Jean-Francois Lyotard's book, The Postmodern Condition, a report on knowledge. The book was originally written for the Council of Universities in Quebec, Canada, and the use of the term postmodern in its title is significant. Although Lyotard does not invent the term, which had been used by various art critics since the 1870s, his book was responsible for broadening its range and increasing its popularity. You've heard the word postmodern. His use of the word in the title of this book is often said to mark the beginning of postmodern thought. The term postmodernism has been used in so many different ways that it is now hard to know exactly what it means. But Lyotard's definition is very clear. Postmodernism, he writes, is a matter of incredulity towards meta-narratives. Hold on. The term postmodernism has been used in so many different ways that it is now hard to know exactly what it means. Okay? But Lyotard's definition is very clear. Postmodernism, he writes, is a matter of, again, this is very clear, incredulity towards meta-narratives. Meta-narratives are overarching single stories that attempt to sum up the whole of human history, or that attempt to put all of our knowledge into a single framework. Okay. Marxism, the view that history can be seen as a series of struggles between social classes, is an example of meta-narrative. Oh, all right. So that clears it up a little bit. Another is the idea that humanity's story is one of progress towards deeper knowledge and social justice, brought about by greater scientific understanding. Okay? our incredulity towards these meta-narratives, according to Lyotard, implies a new skepticism. Lyotard suggests that this is due to a shift in the way we have related to knowledge since World War II, and to the huge change in the technologies we use to deal with it. Remember when the stories of being an encyclopedia salesman were huge? Remember when, like, all the silly little affair jokes were, oh, Mom hooked up with the milkman. Mom hooked up with the Bible salesman. Dad hooked up with the like you don't have these horrible jokes anymore because we don't have milkmen anymore. We don't, all because of knowledge and the way that we interact. It's all about, like, everything's fluid. Sorry about that. That was a weird. I'm just saying. Computers have fundamentally transformed our attitudes, as knowledge has become information that can be stored in databases, moved to and fro, and bought and sold. This is what Lyotard calls the mercantilization of knowledge. First off, the fact that I said that word correctly the very first time that I tried, winner. This has several implications. The first, Lyotard points out, is that knowledge is becoming externalized. It is no longer something that helps towards the development of minds, or something that might be able to transform us. Knowledge is also becoming disconnected from questions of truth. It is being judged not in terms of how true it is, but in terms of how well it serves certain ends. Oh boy, howdy, aren't we learning that? When we cease to ask questions about knowledge, such as, is it true? And start asking questions such as, how can this be sold? Knowledge becomes a commodity. Lyotard is concerned that once this happens, private corporations may begin to seek to control the flow of knowledge and decide who can access what types of knowledge and when. How's that TikTok account going on? You know what I mean? Like, how's that social media account you got going on? How's anything that you have that can be controlled? How's that Facebook account going? How's that Instagram account going? Ooh, all the algorithms. All controlled. This was written before any of that really sprang up. Boy, howdy. Even without the social media. And you're talking to people and they start saying things like, well, I believe. And you got to give weight to I believe. You got to give the same weight to I believe as to I know. That's where we're at. Belief doesn't require knowledge. Faith is the absence of. It's the inherent absence of knowledge. I stand resolved to lose a little bit of faith, to know a little bit more, to not have to believe so much. You know how easy it is to not have to, like, convince myself of things? If I can just read it in a book and be like, alright! You know? Kim? If I can learn about physics from people like Kim, I'd be like, oh, okay, cool, it's true. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm done with my sermon. I'm done. I'm done with blind faith. I'm not done with it. I'm not done with blind faith at all. I'd like to fall in love at least once or twice before I, head on to the next chapter of my existence, Biggest leap of faith in the world is falling in love with a person. You know how creepy and crazy we all are as humans? At least there's that. That's where I'm going to keep my faith. Is in you. I'm going to keep my faith in the laws. I'm going to keep faith in CCS. I'm going to keep faith in Derek Anderson, even though he's not here. I'm going to keep faith in Herbie. I'm going to keep faith in Bill. Keep faith in Laura. I'm going to know more. Probably talk to you guys a little bit more. Maybe not, except for when I'm reading. But I stand resolved to know more this year. To say the word no. That's where my faith is. My faith isn't in the news. My faith isn't in math. I don't believe 2 plus 2 equals 4. I've done it. I see it. It happened. Oh yeah, 2, 2, 4. Ah! I don't have faith in magic or in math. I know math. So, I have faith in you guys. And you're going to fall apart. You're going to fail. Derek Anderson's not here today. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fall apart, It's going to be great. We're not going to know everything about everyone or about... So you have to have faith that the human experience is going to, be pretty awesome. All within, the concepts of actual knowledge, paradigms of learning and such who knows? We're crazy. Who knows? Maybe the next show is just nothing but singing and we don't care about knowledge at all. No. A-K-N-O-W. Let's get out of here. Scroll me out of here, folks. I'm gonna prep one. Yeah, let's do it. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Alright? I'm gonna prep it here. Let's just do this. Banger. We're gonna go big bong banger here. Let's just do this. I'm gonna prep this. Let's get out of here. Scroll me out. Give me some scrolls and I'll scroll up and we'll get the heck out of here. Alright? Thanks for starting the new year with me. I tell you what, let's just do this for the end of the show, for everybody that's here. I kind of want to read some of your resolutions. If you know how to get a hold of me, and you send me some of your resolutions, I want to read some of your resolutions for the next show. So, let's do that. Send me some of your... I heard yesterday that if your resolution lasts not past this Friday, but next Friday, you're doing alright. So, for next show, I want to read some of your resolutions. Herbie, I know you don't... I need you to at least pretend to be a better person this year, okay, Herbie? So send me something. I'm kidding. I can't believe it. Man. Riding Herbie harder than drives his van. Sorry, Herbie. That was funny. Love you guys. We're going to do a cold dab here. We're going to do a cold dab. A little quickie colder. meaning cold dab, meaning we're just gonna start cold and then we're gonna melt it and smoke it. Blah 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 blah. So here is good morning, Rodman. By the way, what are you retracting messages for? Let's just so alternator cleaning segment part 1 of the year of the new year. Here we go. Do 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 do. Cause suicide is painless. Takes on. Like a duck, huh? like a mallard? Like a ringed duck? I don't care, Kim. Woo-wee. All right. Woo. All right. There you are, Derek. There you are, Derek. I knew it. If I got high again, I would see Derek. Okay, here we go. Woo! All right, hold on. Let's scroll out of here. Okay, there we go. Let's start. Let's start with. Nerd nature, and let's do. Let's do. I love you, much fun. Super profundo on the early eve of your year. A year of your year. Time to get back to focusing on the big goals. Okay, nerd nature, you go after it, friend. Good luck. Merry Michael, peace and love, everyone. T, crew, Brock, everyone, emotes, and have a great day. You too, Mary Michael. Bill D, much love, much fam with the emotes. Love you much, Bill D. Classic, I've been falling apart for 8 months now. Classic, welcome. Kimberly Bolden, nerdy, time to start thinking about RM. Herbie Van Werby, have a great day, Brock and crew. You too, Herbie. Nerd nature, that, and so much more, Kim. Clean Grow. Love, peace, and mode grease. People, you too, Clean Grow. Glad you're here. Derek Anderson. Good morning, Derek Anderson. Sonoma Coma with the broccoli and smoke and the hearts. And, oh, okay. With the, yeah, because I was, all right. Arthur G. Have a great day, Brock and crew. You too, Arthur G. 5282 wild and wonderful days ahead. Absolutely. We all stand the result to have wild and wonderful days ahead. Absolutely. Kimberly Bolden, R.I.P. that chartreuse alternator. I keep burning alternators. I stand the result to keep burning alternators. Kirby Von Werby, cold start on the plant extract, right? Matthew Sullinger, love your passions for rips. I'm right there with you. You just gotta get high. Catzilla, Happy New Year, everyone. Lord Divine, have a fabulous day to your family with the emotes and the hugs. Don't worry, Laura. We will be doing the Laura soon. So, slow normals. Hey, what's going on, my guy? Hey, good morning. Slow normals. Hello. Kimberly Bolden, Laura with the hugs. Mike Barabal, have a great day, Brock. Have a great day, Mike Barabal. Classic 21 days becomes habit. Herbie Von Werby, classic. We're gonna do the classic, okay? We're gonna learn how to do the classic today. Herbie, I'm working on it, Bill. Rodman with the I wasn't supposed to be here anyways. Married Michael, peace and love everyone, T crew, blah blah blah. Michael Patterson, leader, Brock and crew, Shanti, Michael Patterson. Alternator cleaning Herbie 101. The was, I am having alternator fun as well. Rodman, good morning, I sent the wrong thing. Kimberly Bolden, mash it down. Married Michael Patterson was. What am I reading? Slow normals, great thoughts to start the day. Or start the year, your day, whichever. Herbie Von Werby, use a heat gun to warm up hard to... What am I reading? Gotta sample this. Short breaths. Derek Anderson, thank you. Herbie, can you breathe? Rodman, I'm saving. Slow normals, the was. Haven't heard that for a while. Miss you, I don't know what the hell What did you hear? Kimberly Bolden, barking alternatives. Gloucester, hello Rodman. King Metro, Kimberly Bolden, Happy New Year. King Metro, hocus pocus, stay on the have a great day. Rodman, I don't know why I'm talking like this. Me either, Rodman. Me either, my friend. I don't know why I'm talking like this either. Pacers, with the emotes, love you. Slow normals, huge time, absolutely. Pacers, thank you so very much, Brock and chat. I think I got that right. I love you. Is it I love you so very much? Love you, Pacers. You're adorable. Herbie Von Werby, I have a Stravinsky disposable. Laura Devine, Kim, Classic, thank you. Slow normals, radical, chopping broccoli, chopping broccoli. Let's see. Shout out to old school. All right, Happy New Year. The was your dad coughed with the right. No, I haven't coughed like that in a long time. Right? The was, I get it. I totally understand. Like I didn't mean to. All right, I really just wanted to like have a little fun here, but no, instead I lost. You know, I didn't mean. I'm trying to be a better person. You know, instead my body's like, no, you're still a degenerate. It's gonna be the same you, near you, new you, same you, new year. You can't even say it correctly, right? That's all my brain. That's what's going on in my head every time, right? I stand result. No, brain, no. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Classic. 8 months? Chill out. We're here. We're here today. Said you've been falling apart? I'm going to teach you a method. On how you can keep at least yourself from falling apart. Okay? At least. For a minute. Okay? For a moment. Okay? Classic, this is for you. This is for everyone. We're starting the new year off right. We're starting it. This is perfect, okay? So we're going to do the Laura. We're going to do the Classic. We're going to do the Kim. We're going to do the Herbie. Thank God Derek's here because we're going to do the Derek whether he was here or not. You know, we're going to do the Waz. We're going to do the Barrybell. We're going to do the Michael Patterson. We're going to do the Shanti. We're going to do the fucking Nerd Nature. We're going to do the Penny Pat. We're going to do the Mushmouth. We're going to do all the people that aren't here that are here. We're going to do Jesus Christ in Australia. We're going to do all the people that aren't here. We're going to do Secret Santa. We're going to do Halloween. We're going to do singing. We're going to do all the magic right here in one thing, okay? In one thing. And it requires, Classic, follow along. Left arm, right there. Oh, you know this. Left arm there. Right arm, right there. Classic hug formation, okay? But instead of hugging someone else, we're going to hug ourselves. Classic. There, that actually feels a little more comfortable. Ooh, that feels comfortable. Ooh. You know when you find like that hug form when you're like, oh man, this is if I could hug someone, it'd be like this. Find that form. Let's get to it. Because Classic, you're not just hugging yourself, all right? You're not just hugging yourself, especially when you're doing the Kim. Especially when you're doing the Herbie. If you're doing the Herbie, you're hugging Herbie. And Herbie's hugging you. If you're doing the Kim, you're hugging Kim. Kim's hugging you. Sorry, Kim, I'm doing the Kim. You're giving me a hug. I didn't know. You didn't know. I'm doing the Laura. We're all doing it together. On the count of 3. We're all going to do like everybody's secret magic Mike Barabow move. Alright? We're going to do everybody's secret little Sid Hunter move. Alright? And that's all in the form of... Alright? I'm going to give you all a hug. You're going to give me a hug. Because I'm not giving you a hug without getting a hug back. Alright? I refuse. I stand resolved that I will never give a hug this year without getting a hug back. Okay? So let's do it. Let's do it. I stand resolved. Arm here. Arm here. Yeah, go comfortable. Do it. On the count of 3, let's be resolved. Let's make some magic together. Classic art, classic, I'm sorry. You don't have to fall apart now. You can be alright for a minute. Okay? Come out of the storm. Take your shoes off, though. You're walking all over the place. It's like, quit. Count of 3. Just come out of the storm. 1, 2, 3. Let's hug it out. Hug it out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see Laura blowing a little streamer thing. I can see Herbie throwing streamers everywhere. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I can see Derek Anderson, like, leading the parade down the street. Oh, yeah. I can see Mike Barabow throwing candies out to people. Riding on a float. Being driven. Oh, yeah. Being driven by, like, Michael Patterson. Oh, yeah. I can totally see it. 5280. Leading the band around. This is what we're supposed to be talking about. We're supposed to be talking about love. And parades. And floats. And having fun. And Happy New Year. And loving each other. And being unique little humans. You know who doesn't care about a Happy New Year? Your dog. Happy New Year. Love you guys.